We're live. Countdown. Hello, I am Willie Bragg, host of the Willie Bragg Show, where I like to talk about politics. So today we're going to talk about Twitter. Yep, you know about Twitter. Well, it came to my attention a few days ago that asshole Elon Musk decided to buy into 10%. I guess he's only allowed to buy 10%. I'm not sure of, but what I am sure of that he bought into about 10% of the company. So he is a partial owner of Twitter. And what this could mean in terms of free speech, because he purports to support free speech. He's known to support free speech, or that's what he's known for. I have a lot of faults with Elon Musk. You're a billionaire, strike one, you're out in many cases. He's no exception. I think billionaires are cancer. I don't believe that there's not a human being in the world that should have over $1 billion. And some people think I'm crazy. I tell you the truth, I don't really think anybody, no one individual should have over $100 million, to tell you the truth, honestly. Because with $100 million as the highest amount you can make, what the hell kind of problems can you have in life? I mean, what kind of problems can you have? You'll get all the health care you need. I mean, you can go anywhere you want. You can have anybody in the world could be your spouse, basically, or you can find somebody that's compatible. I mean, what kind of problems could you have if you had no more than $100 million? So, but I'm going to go and say nobody should be a billionaire. And that includes Elon Musk. I don't sit there and admire people who, at best will look down on people, at worst step on people to get the amount of money, the obscene amount of money they have. And that's what it comes right down to. Now, having that said, if it is true that Elon Musk is a free speech absolutist, I think, believe it or not, as much as many misgivings and just as nervous as I am about someone like Elon Musk having that kind of influence within Twitter, at the same time, if he really exercised free speech to the legal letter of the law, then I will eat crow and say, cool, you did good. But I don't have that much faith in Elon Musk, to tell you the truth. I really don't. So that's what it comes down to. But what I'm talking about is basically people who are super wealthy. How committed are they to freedom of speech? Really? How committed are they? Because we're talking about billionaires. We have right now a major labor struggle going on with Amazon, and Christian Smalls was able to take $120,000 to get a barely functional labor union called the Amazon Labor Union, and to successfully battle against Jeff Bezos $400 million to try to put a stop to unionizing a Staten Island area of Amazon. Now, when I hear people say, the business community, businessmen, they know they know about the bottom line. They know what it takes to make money. And we have to look at people, especially big business types, and realize, oh, they are doing something right. And if we behave just like them, we can be just as successful as they are. Well, I don't think that Jeff Bezos is all that bright, because the $400 million he spent trying to prevent the unionization of Amazon, a mere pittance could have recognized a union contract with better benefits, better pay, and he won't go out of business, because Amazon is unionized pretty much in Europe and other places around the world. So if you can have a mega corporation like Amazon, and it can be unionized in Europe, why would it go out of business here in the United States? Why? It wouldn't happen. I mean, if the man is on his way to being a trillionaire, and he has more money than anybody could ever hope to have. And I do not, I have used Amazon in the past. I'm not being a hypocrite. It's there. The way people shop has changed, and to get what I need, they haven't. So, but I want those workers to be able to be paid what they're supposed to be paid, a living wage with benefits, and they can go and take a shit or go and pee without getting penalized for it. So, but how committed to free speech is Jeff Bezos? When it came to my attention about an app that they have for Amazon, where certain words are banned. Can't say union. You can't say, living wage. I mean, there's like a plethora of words that are considered words that would make the company uncomfortable. I'm using that example because, as I said, Jeff Bezos is a billionaire. So is Elon Musk. And if Elon Musk is committed to free speech, he, as I said, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that question alone. But my thing is, I'm not all that convinced that you're going to have enhanced freedom of speech with Elon Musk at the helm owning 10% of Twitter. There is only one way that Twitter and all other forms of social media will have free speech. Only one way. And that is to not necessarily nationalize the social media companies, although I do favor it, that as a way. But you can keep social media companies as profit-making corporations as they are, but regulate them to be a public utility. Thus meaning it protects the social media companies from lawsuits. It protects the right of the content makers. The social media, the internet, is the new public square. And right now, there is an assault on freedom of speech that needs to be put to a stop. And I hear people say, well, property rights. Fuck property rights. Free speech rights over property rights, especially when it comes from billionaire oligarchs. Fuck their property rights. So I want to just make that clear. So do we trust billionaires to make this sort of a decision? Because you would hear things like government. Where do we really want to put our trust in the government? Do we really want to put our trust into oligarchs? And I don't really like to use the word oligarchs. It's too vague, but it's the only thing that's going to fit in the context of this conversation. So I'm going to have to use it for lack of finding a better term to describe this. And with that argument, getting the government out of whatever in ways that's going to benefit the poor and the middle class. We just get the government out of everything. You get the government out of everything. The wealthy that already exist are going to go and put their hand in the cookie jar called the government, and they're going to buy their politicians even more than they're already bought. And because even when the government do things like privatizing or look the other way or deregulate, that in itself is a government action. It is, no matter how you slice it or dice it. So, but there is almost a cult of worshiping billionaires in this country at times, and that's got to be put to a stop. But right now, you got certain areas of this country that wants to put a stop to progress, and they're being challenged in the last several years. They've been challenged about the abuse of corporate power, and with regard to the abuse of corporate power, we were trained to not question what billionaires do and how well corporations do, because capitalism is just something that should never be questioned. It's to be honored in these people's minds, and any critique you have of capitalism, it makes you some fiery Maoist or whatever Stalinist or what have you, or I've even heard people use the terms killing fields in Cambodia. This is how silly things are in our political discourse. And I'm glad that corporations are being made fun of, being questioned, and being challenged. We just need to actually make this movement more successful than it is. And how we're going to get there remains to be seen. So, but instead of honoring people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, for my take, if we got to honor anybody this year, I'm going to call the gavel, bang the gavel on this one, and that is, Time Magazine need to not find a person of the year, because I already done their work for them. Christian Smalls should be man of the year for taking on a piece of shit like Jeff Bezos and knocking him down a slight peg. You talk about Davy knocking down a Goliath. That's what happened with the unionization of Amazon in Staten Island. And I hope that it's going to happen in all 50 states. I hope that the entire Amazon corporation would become unionized. Not only do I hope that Amazon become unionized, same thing with Starbucks. I hope Walmart become unionized. I hope that we need to reinvigorate this labor movement. And Christian Smalls is a shot in the arm in a way to try to reinvigorate this labor movement. I mean, this humble young man was able to do something that big time labor bosses in organized labor weren't able to do for many, many years. And I'm going to say it's entirely their fault, but they had buckled under the system, and they had been used to being defeated so long that we're in the mess that we're in. And thankfully, someone like Christian Smalls decided to buck the trend and accomplish what he did. So someone like Christian Smalls is the hero, not Elon Musk, not Jeff Bezos. So anyway, we have a chat line here, so we're going to go and chat with these folks. Hello, heart retarded chicks. How are you? Billionaires are okay. You got one hell of a sense of humor. Willie Bragg. Hey, Les Bones. How are you today? Elon Musk posts cool memes, though. He's got this weird smirk on his face that it kind of gets on my nerves, though. Let's see. Right. I second that about on Christian Smalls. Absolutely. Let's see. What he accomplished is remarkable. And remarkable it certainly is. So if you like what you heard, press like and comment. Hit that like button. Apparently it helps the algorithms. Lord knows it needs a lot of helping. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As the First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it because we're, in fact, the muckrakers of our time. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button. Let's wage class warfare. And remember, we're all Julian Assange. Music.